But once it gets to that cold weather, it drops. I mean, bad. Hey guys, Tish from Python Spawn. As you guys probably already noticed, winter's coming. So, this video is on how to prepare for that. Come on in. All right, guys. So as I said, winter is coming. So the first thing we prepare for, numero uno, is switching from paper bedding to cocoa block. Or like cocoa chip, or you get the idea. I don't really mess with the brands. Whatever I can get is what I get. So,
unless you want to sponsor.
Unless I want to sponsor. And nobody's sponsoring me at less than 1,000, but hey, I mean, hey, you never know. Okay, so this right here is the main reason. Come on, why are you looking at me like that? This right here is the main reason I am doing this. So in the winter, the humidity goes down dramatically. So the first thing I do to prepare for the winter is switch out the bedding. In order to do that, I have to not get bit. Don't be mean. So this is why. You see this? This is because I kept I kept these girls with the paper a little too long. So now it's starting to affect them. So once it starts to affect them like this, even though it comes off very easily, which is like an indicator that it is humidity and it's not a problem, another problem. It comes off very easily, as you can see. But I want to prevent this from happening because, I mean, why would I have to, you know, I don't want them to go through some bad sheds. It's not nice. I wouldn't want stuck shed on me if I was a snake. So, in order to prepare for that and to prevent that, we will switch out to the cocoa chip. So, I gotta go get the trash can. Be right back. Okay, trash can's in here. So the first thing we're gonna do, obviously, take all the snakes out. Whew. Okay. Next thing we do is take everything out of here. And then we clean. All right, everything's clean. So now we're gonna put the cocoa chip in. Let's put all the snakes back in. All right. Oh, look at that. The trash can, it broke the fall of my paper towels. Only 4 more racks to go. Just kidding, guys. We're not gonna do this whole video. Do 1 more rack, but believe me, it's gonna be a lot quicker. Now that that's done, we're gonna move on to part 2. Just because of the longevity of this the possibility of the longevity of this video, we're not gonna do all of them right here on camera. So I did 2 rows. Obviously, you know, I can fast forward, and you know, I'm pretty good at the little tricks. Actually, I'm not. Vinny is pretty good at the little tricks. So the second most important thing that I do for preparation of the winter is, as you saw, all of these snakes have, or some of these snakes have shedding problems. So along with the changing of the bedding, the humidity. So now all of my humidifiers will run 24/7 until the spring. And I'll probably keep it about right there. These usually will have to be refilled every other day or so and completely cleaned out and sanitized every week. So we'll just turn this one on too. Now that'll bring up, see right here, when I was doing everything with the door, it went down to 28. When I first got in here, it was 50. So now I did that just for the video of it, just for the show you guys that I'm turning this stuff on. But I can't stress enough, in the winter you have to like bring your humidity up, if not too much, but up if you're in a cold climate like me, or you have like a temperature controlled shed like me. So the reason I don't need this stuff, I don't know if I explained this to you guys, but the reason I don't need this stuff like the humidifiers in the summer is because in the summer, New York is naturally pretty humid. It's about 70% humidity pretty much all summer, if not more. So this acts like a barrier, so it'll stay, without the humidifiers, it'll stay in here around 60 to 70 all summer, between spring and summer. But once it gets to that cold weather, it drops. I mean, bad. How I knew it was ready to switch over to everything is I came in here and it was like 15% and the snakes started to shed bad. So I thought it was really important to let you guys know that this is, I can't stress enough how important this is for the health of your snakes, for them to shed properly, so they don't get upper respiratory, so they don't get sick in any reason, whether it's, you know, they're getting stressed out between hot and cold, they can get mouth rot, they can get the upper respiratory infection, they can get pneumonia. There's a lot of things that they can get. So regulating their temperatures is also extremely important, right next to the humidity. So what I do in the winter, actually it's more the fall, where I start to play with my thermostat in the actual room. So as you guys know, I do baseboard electric heating. That's the thermostat for the baseboard electric heating. But since New York is funky, it'll have some days it'll be up to 70 during the day, and then at night it drops to 40 or 30. So I actually still use the air conditioner. I turn it off for the purposes of the video, but I still use the air conditioner up until it's like consistently 30s, 40s outside. Once it's about 30s, 40s outside consistently, I just keep the heat on. So the spring and the fall are one of the more trickier times for this shed. It's always trying to regulate back and forth, and I have to pretty much play with the system. And one of the biggest things that I am going to get, actually big shout out to Earl from Lone Star Reptiles, there is a thermostat that works with this, and then there's a probe that comes in the middle. So it was out of stock for a while. I finally ordered it. It's coming back. It's coming in this week. So that's gonna regulate the temperature even better. And I also have this on a smart switch that I can connect on my phone. Now, in the future, I do want to get a thermostat that I don't have to do any of that. It's gonna be a smart one, and I can turn it up, turn it down when I'm away. It's gonna regulate itself. Like if I wanted it to stay at 80 all year round, I can do it, but it's rewiring. So I have to rewire the whole thing, put the smart thermostat up, and that pretty much brought us to our third point. So the first one was bedding, change all the bedding. The second one was the humidifier. Third one was regulating temperature. The last two, actually I think I'm gonna shorten it to just one more. I'm not sure. This is where I'm gonna ask you guys, my viewers, for your opinion. So what I usually do is I will switch over my females. All of my females go back to cocoa chip. But in the hatchling racks, do I switch them over to cocoa chip? Do I get them aspen bedding? Do I keep them on, instead of one paper towel or two paper towels, do I put like a nice little stack of paper towels for the hatchlings? What about the males? Do I keep them on paper? I don't think so. I don't know. For the males, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna open up the floor to you guys. Should I just switch everything to cocoa chip? Should I switch the hatchlings to aspen and the males to aspen? Should I change nothing and keep them on paper towel and they're these liners? I don't know, because it should get better in here with the humidity. The reason, all right, let me backtrack. The reason I like the females on bedding, I prefer them to lay on this bedding, and it helps with the humidity too. I think it helps with everything. I can mist down the enclosure during breeding season. I can keep them more hydrated. I can keep everything more hydrated with bedding. So I might need to do that with the males too. But I think I'm gonna ask everybody in the community's opinion for this. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys watching this. It is still a learning curve for me. This will be my second winter in this shed with the snakes. Now everything has changed a little bit. A lot of animals are switched around. A lot of animals are gone. A lot of animals are gonna come in. So I think that's probably gonna be in the next couple of videos where I'm transitioning a lot of my quarantine animals into these racks for the winter as well. There's majority of them can come over actually. So the only ones I'm gonna keep in there are probably the adults. So I definitely would love your opinion on what to do with my hatchlings and my males. Other than that, this is pretty much how I prepare for winter in here. It's simple for me. I can regulate everything better. I keep my temperatures and my humidity good. And this is pretty much all I do. The only other thing that I do, which I was gonna put on as number 5, is I will spot check all of the cages. So with the temperature gun, I would pretty much go in here, make sure, because now there's a layer of bedding on the back of, obviously, and on the back of these enclosures now. And the temperature is gonna be a little bit harder to maintain, in my opinion. It might bring it up, definitely gonna bring the humidity up. All they have to do is like move the bedding around to get to the hot spot better. But now I'm worried about my ambient, making sure that they have a good hot spot and a good cold spot, like the cool spot and hot spot. So that was gonna be number 5 on my list. I did take it off, mentioning it anyway, but it is something that I do in the winter more so than in the summer. It's just easier for me to gauge how all of my animals are doing. Other than that, that's my video for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I'm definitely still learning. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do to change in the winter, or upgrade in the winter, let me know. And of course, as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Comment below. Please comment below, because I really want to hear your guys' opinion. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. You know what else we don't need anymore? Because there's no bugs, because they all returned to hell. So, ooh, look at all that rat dust. that is done for the season. I'm not even gonna lie. Look at that. Oh, even the dust is hitting Vinny. I cannot stand this thing. But it'll be back in the summer again when those lovely bugs return from hell.